Hey, everybody. It's nice to see you here tonight. I'm Ellen Lewis from Crazy for You. And we were just having a little chat here. I guess you could sort of call it backstage, not really backstage, but before we went live with all the folks who were kind of here early. And I got to say, that was really nice to see you here. So thanks so much for being here early and for commenting. It's always nice when I go live to feel like that there are actually people out there because I never can tell who's watching and who's not. So thank you very much. So tonight we are going to be talking about a brand new yarn from Rowan called Four Seasons Cotton. And if you read my newsletter this week, then you know it is a blend. So it's a beautiful yarn. It's a beautiful blend of cotton and acrylic. And as I said in the newsletter, that is very, very misleading because this is an acrylic microfiber. And I think what I said in the newsletter is that microfiber has as much in common with acrylic as cashmere does with goat hair. So they have to label it that way, but that's the way it is. So I'm excited to share it with you. I'm excited to share the information about it and some of the beautiful designs that we have for it. So let's take a look and see who's here. All right. So we know that Amelia and Donna and Glenna and Rita are here. So nice to see you guys. Did I miss anybody? Hey, Jal. Hey, Sandy and Eveline. Hey, Karen. Hey, Ellen. Hey, Polly. Hi, Colleen. Nice to see you guys. All right. So super, super nice to see you. Hi, Phyllis. Love having you here. Thank you very much. So I did do a little presentation, and I will tell you that I'm continuing to swatch my Four Seasons cotton because I know the first question that I get is going to be from Ellen Orr, and it's going to be, can I make an Emma with that? So I am swatching for you, girlfriend. I am swatching to see if, in fact, you could make an Emma with this sweater. Hey, Suzanne. Hey, Amy. Nice to see you guys. Okay, so let's have a quick look. Okay, so Four Seasons cotton. What is it about? So, like I said, brand new yarn, comes in 9 colors. These are the colors, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 9 colors. So it's sort of misleading because I think that the 2 greens don't necessarily. Let me show here, right? So there's a sand and a spring green that look very much alike, but they are actually quite different. One is definitely a sandy color and one is a soft spring green. So you've got white, beige, this beautiful dark gray, this soft gray green, a warm pink, this pale pink, of course, is my favorite, tied almost with this beautiful Wedgwood blue, which is really lovely. Classic navy, classic black. So really kind of an elegant palette, I think. Absolutely. I think they nailed it with this palette. It's not intended to be super bright. It's just a really wearable kind of palette, which I love because I am about garments, right? Whoops, going the wrong way again. Come on now. Okay, so here are the details. Like I said, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. Remember that this is acrylic microfiber, which is an extremely fine fiber that is more like silk than acrylic. So it's really beautiful and it has a ton of great characteristics that really enhance the cotton when it's put in there. So it makes a huge difference to have it in there. If you do not already subscribe to my newsletter, go ahead and subscribe. There's a link in the description. I usually write like a little preview or educational blog post about the thing that I'm going to be presenting on the podcast. So that's on the blog. And if you're interested, you can get that delivered directly to your inbox on Tuesdays. It's not spammy. I think you would like it if you don't already get it. So the gauge for this yarn, its native gauge, which is what's printed on the ball band, is 16 to 18 stitches over 4 inches. And you will know that that's a pretty big gauge for a cotton yarn. Normally you see cotton in the 4-ply or fingering weight, you see it in DK, maybe in the worsted, but when you get much above kind of a worsted gauge, it gets really heavy. And that's the beauty of the addition of this microfiber, is you can get this gauge much larger because the fiber is not so heavy. It doesn't weigh you down. You know that cotton is absorbent, which is great, and it pulls water, but it holds that moisture. Whereas the microfiber component in that has a wicking property, which is going to wick it away. So it's not only light, but it's more comfortable to wear in the heat with that addition of microfiber. So we continue with our regularly scheduled program. So you want to knit it on an 8 or a 9. I swatched it on a 6, an 8, a 9, a 10, and now I'm swatching it on 11, and I will show you pictures of all of those. It's easy care, machine wash gentle. You do want to dry it flat. And if it should need pressing, which it shouldn't, you would want to use a low iron. And this is my recommendation, is that you don't want to steam block this, because steam is so much hotter than just hot water, you know, and because microfiber is so fine, then there is a tendency or a possibility that this steam could melt the microfiber. So you just want to be really careful with a yarn like this with the heat. So I think that things, except for superwash wool, behave better when they are machine washed and dried flat. So just treat it like you would gently, but you know it can go in the washer, so that's a good thing. All right. What I love about it, okay, it has an absolutely beautiful hand. It is so nice to knit with. It's smooth. It's slightly matte, but not in a sticky kind of way. It's very cohesive. It's not splitty at all. And it is bouncy and elastic. So absolutely wonderful. So I have a gal here, Suzanne, non-wool girl here. Yes, this is for you. You will absolutely love this yarn. This, like Soft Jack DK, is one of those cottons that knits like a wool. I think you will really enjoy it. Yes, similar to big wool. No, not even close. So big wool is a super chunky yarn that knits on like a 15. This is much, much smaller. This is much more like a heavy worsted. It's heavier than hand knit cotton, but it's not anywhere close to big wool. Hi, Gwen. Nice to see you. Hey, Anne and Terry. Nice to see you guys. Okay, so super bouncy and elastic. So I did this little picture. I did a video to show you how it stretches out. Can you see how the yarn stretches? I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get my camera to pick this up. So I on live. So I did this little picture. So I hope that this is helpful for you to see how it stretches out. I would say, between an 1/8 and a 1/4 inch per 1 inch. So super bouncy to knit with. Isn't that gorgeous? So I think that's kind of fun and indicative. And you can see from this close up how very round a yarn it is. So what do I love about it? Well, lots and lots of things. I love that very round characteristic. So when I say very round, what I mean is that the ply is such that it's balanced. So if you look at a yarn like, say, Moordale or Scout or Norwegian wool, which is a 2-ply construction, meaning there are 2 plies of yarn twisted together, when you knit them, It's actually a little bit flat because it's not 3-ply and it doesn't have that full balance that gives you a nice round yarn. So the stitches are maybe a little bit skewed, but this is a very, very round yarn, and the stitches sit very symmetrically. So let me show you what that looks like. So perfectly symmetrical stitches, holds its shape, easy care and lightweight for its gauge. So I have some close-ups to show you, but I swatched it here. As you can see, this was on a US 6, and I got 18 stitches over 4 inches. This was, I went up to an 8 and I got 16, and I went up to a 9 and I got 15. So everybody's gauge and needle size is going to be different. I just wanted to show you what the fabric looks like at the different gauges. So seems like the Celestina with the bounce. Yes, so it does seem very bouncy, and it is very bouncy. The difference is that this bounce comes from the material and it's applied yarn. So most of the yarn that we think of nowadays as being very bouncy is a chainette construction, but this is not a chainette construction. It knits kind of like soft yak DK, yes, which is a chainette construction cotton blend. So bouncy like that, but it is plied, which means it is a twisted yarn construction. So I just want to make that clarification for you. All right. Whoops. Why am I keep going the wrong way? There we go. Okay, so here is the yarn at 18 stitches. So you can see it's very close together. It has no air between the stitches. At 16 stitches, it's a little bit more open. And I will tell you that in the knitting of it, I had a much nicer experience knitting it at the gauge of 16 than I did at a gauge of 18. So to me, it felt a little bit tight at 18. I think a lot of the patterns are written at 18 and they look really great. I'm just saying that for me and the way I knit, I felt like it was a little more comfortable at 16. And then here above is a little higher. So I'll show you these again close up. This is 18, very, very close, very tight. This is 16. Do you see what I'm talking about with the stitches being very symmetrical? They sit up in perfect little V's. Some yarns, depending on the ply, have a tendency for one leg to be a little bit more pronounced or to lean a little bit, but this gives you just a really beautiful symmetrical stockinette. Does that make sense? Tell me in the comment if that makes sense to you. So, all right, and here was the 15 stitches over 4 inches. It isn't actually biased, but that's just the way that I took the picture. So I think even at 15 stitches over 4 inches, it still gives you a very wearable, very cohesive fabric that you wouldn't get arrested if you went outside in it. So, right. I think, Donna, I think you really would. I think a lot of people have a hard time knitting with cotton because it does lack elasticity and recovery. It just stretches out. And then when you've worn it, it sort of stays stretched out. I mean, think about how jeans do. But this has a great deal of give and elasticity and super good recovery. So yes, that's a really, really good point. All right. What is next? Hello. Let me see if I can get this to go without 10, 9, 8. Still going the wrong direction. All right. 10, 11. Okay, so there's an entire collection that Rowan has put together for this yarn, and many of the designs are by our favorite designer, Kim Hargreaves. I put this one first because I think this is absolutely beautiful. It's just a little tank, and you have it in two styles. You could do it in the kind of a round neck, or you could do it in a V-neck, both of which are really lovely. Just really depends on, what you're looking for. Yes, Suzanne is looking it up on her phone. Yes, the price is very reasonable. It's a very, very nicely priced yarn. So yay. And we have it all in stock, except for the white. The white sold out instantly. I bought 3 bags of every color, and the white sold out on the first day. So I have ordered more, but there is a challenge. So it's back ordered the manufacturer, but I have ordered 4 more bags of every color. So yay. So that's May. That is the little tank by Kim Hargreaves. All right. I want this to advance. Why is this not advancing? Okay, this is March. This is by Chloe Thurlow. This is just a really cute, easy-fitting pull over with an eyelet detail. I think that's really pretty. So yes, I see Anne and Amelia like the tank. I would make that honestly in every color, and it's going to go so fast. So this is a cute one. This is nice because this would be a nice spring garment, or if you live a place where the summers don't get that hot, or you simply, like Suzanne says, don't wear wool. I mean, this would be a beautiful substitute for any of your heavy worsted weight designs. Okay, this is July, again by Kim Hargreaves. I think this is stunning, of course. Very pretty. So Amy, you're one of the people who snagged some of that white right out of the box. Are you making the tank with that? Tell us. We want to know. So I think this is really pretty. This would be super fun to knit. Amelia, this looks like a sweater you would make. Okay, let's see. All right, Gwen, I have Rowan All Seasons Cotton I've had for a good while. It must be a very similar yarn. It absolutely is a very similar yarn, Gwen. It is very similar to the All Seasons. So yes, that would work in this. If you have that from before, I think you should swatch it, but I can probably bet that it would work just fine in these garments. All right, Amelia. Yes, doesn't July look like something you would make? Ooh, Amy's making pink. I would make pink too. May is beautiful. Yeah, they're all gorgeous, guys. So I want to get through this and I want to show them. So this is June. This is an absolutely enormous coat that is just beautiful. It wouldn't be, oops, I didn't show you. Sorry. Here we go. This is June. This is a beautiful coat. Lots and lots of cables, very traditional Lisa Richardson, beautiful big pockets in this. Takes a boatload of yarn, but boy, wouldn't that be a wonderful coat? I know those of you who don't wear wool are often kind of left out when it comes to coats, but this would be a really nice opportunity to do something in a cotton yarn and get that same sort of cozy feel, I think. Yes. May in both styles. That's my girl. Yes, indeed. Okay, what else we got? Okay, October, super cute take on the classic Breton sweater. I love this. This would be really nice, either in the white with the black stripes, or white with navy stripes, or navy with white stripes, or you could do this in the kind of sand color with black stripes. This just has lots and lots of options, and I think it's such a timeless and attractive piece. All right, then for those of you who love accessories, this is September by Lisa Richardson, a little lacy, I think this is a crocheted garment actually. So for you crocheters, this is pretty also, a little poncho, also by Lisa Richardson. Kim Hargreaves, you want to talk about just a beautiful basic cardigan? This is your girl. This would be perfect in just one of the neutral colors in there, would just absolutely be such a summer staple for your wardrobe. Yes, this is the problem, Amelia. Love to knit June or July, but realistically probably wear May more. Yes, you're going to wear May all the time, under everything, by itself. Yeah, it's just fabulous. All right, let's see what else I got. Okay, so this is a cute little cowl thing in that warm pink. It's a beautiful, flattering color. You know, this would be good. If you wear pink well, this is a really, both of the pinks are really nice and wearable, you know, very nice. All right. So I also pulled, in addition to the patterns from this collection, I pulled a few things that I've had kind of earmarked for this gauge of yarn for summer, but I haven't ever found it. So I thought this was a very cool coincidence. So let me share with you just a few of the designs that I thought they're not part of the Rowan collection, but I think they would be perfect for this yarn. All right. So this is the leaf top. Now, before you say, oh, I would never wear that or whatever, I'm going to just tell you that these little camisoles are everything this season, and they're not going away. And they are perfect layering pieces. You may not want to wear it by itself, but you could still wear that over a bra, under a jacket, under a blouse. I think this is a gorgeous, gorgeous design. It's the perfect gauge. And you know, it would knit up so quick. And as I think Suzanne pointed out, the yarn is very reasonably priced. So you could knit this up, you know, and it would be okay if you only wore it a couple seasons, you know. So I love that. Yes, Ellen, I would do it too. Good girl. Huh. So nice to have a compatriot, a partner in crime with the same name. Same theme, Sugar Boo Bralette by Kadri. I think her stuff is so super cute. This has a great looking ribbing just under the bust. See how she's got that under a blouse? It's just a really nice look, and it's very fresh. It's very, very modern. So tell me in the comments if you would wear that or you would knit that. And honestly, there are a ton of designs similar to this at this gauge. So yeah, not all of these little bralette tops are knit in fingering weight yarn. This would go super quick. Those of you who do not like the bralette concept or sleeveless of any kind, this is a gorgeous, elegant option. Look at how pretty this detail is on the sleeve. You've got this kind of a bias on the sleeve in stockinette, and the body is in reverse stockinette. I think this is so pretty. This would be a wear everywhere kind of top also. Yeah, I love this too. I love this one a lot. Perfect. So many options, you know. And the last one that I pulled, and this is, to me, this is a great transitional top. This is by Erica Knight, who's just a wonderful and imaginative designer. This one's called Tawny, and same gauge. And even though it's, you know, kind of big and oversized, because this yarn is so light and has such great recovery, this would be wonderful to wear. It wouldn't hang or sag, and it wouldn't feel heavy in the cotton. So I think that's just beautiful. I think this might, I don't know, they're all my favorite. You know, I want to knit every last one of them, right? That's just me. So tell me in the comments, it looks from what I can see that everybody loves the tank by Kim Hargreaves. A lot of you like the bralette, which I'm glad to see because I think we're never too old or too whatever to wear what we want. You know, we should absolutely wear what we want rather than thinking, oh, I can't wear that because I'm too whatever. But yeah, so I'm almost finished swatching this on the size 11 needles, and I wanted to share with you what that looks like. Yeah, Tawny, love. Okay, so Donna likes. So Barbara Despain. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes. Pyramid, Tawny. Yeah, Ellen, you could wear this pink. This is a pink that you could wear. Tawny ticks all my boxes. Yay. Donna, Leaf and Tawny. Tawny looks comfy. Yep. Okay. So a lot of people like Tawny too. I think that's great. So I did want to real quick show you this yarn on a size 11, and I haven't measured the gauge, so I don't know exactly, but I tend to get about 3 stitches to the inch on an 11, and I wanted to show you what it looks like at that gauge. So whether this is too loose for you, I can't say, but I mean, it certainly would hold its structure at this gauge. So yeah, if you were thinking about a cotton Emma, I think you could get away with it. It certainly wouldn't be like, you know, when I teach the Cocoa Knits class, I always talk about how you don't want to have, for your first time, you don't want to have a yarn that's too fine. This would be thick enough, I think, that you could still see what you were doing. So this is very tempting for a summer Emma. And you would probably want to wear a cami layer under it, but it would be a beautiful knit for those of you who live in the South or those of you who just don't like to wear wool. And I totally get it. So yes, the knit along list just got a little longer. Ellen says she wears a tank under everything. So yeah, I think this actually would work for an Emma. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I teach the Cocoa Knits class quite often because it's a wonderful top-down method that I actually can get behind. And you know, I'm not about top-down, but it's a beautiful construction method that gives you kind of a set-in sleeve and shoulder shaping, and it's a really beautiful design. And I love everything about it. So my next Emma, maybe I will knit in the 4 Seasons cotton with you, but I will be offering that again soon. So if that's something that interests you, let me know and have a look. Sign up for the newsletter because that's how you'll see it. So let's see. Is there shaping on April? You know, that's a really good question. There may be a little shaping on April, and I can tell you that most of your Kim Hargreaves designs are a little short-waisted for me. So if there is waist shaping, you know, you have the ability to adjust it or you can leave it out. Or if there isn't shaping, you can always add it. Do you typically add shaping to your garments, Suzanne? So I would be interested in hearing, you know, your thoughts on that. I knit a lot of, I have knit quite a few tanks, and I always put shaping in under the bust because I think it makes it look really good. But this is a garment that you could go ahead and have a little negative ease and still feel really comfortable if there isn't shaping in there and you don't want to add it. So I hope that answers your question. Bottom line is, I don't know if there is shaping on there. I didn't bring the book home from the shop, so I don't have a copy of this schematic with me. But you know what? Jal has a copy of the book and the schematic, so she could look up for us. Yeah. So you don't typically add shaping, or you don't like shaping? Oh, April. Oh, I'm sorry. April. Yeah, no, I don't think there is shaping on that at all. I think that's just a straight up and down, or it might be slightly tapered in. But Yeah, Jal, if you're still here and you happen to have the book handy, maybe you could have a quick look and see if, what that schematic looks like, and you can help us out here. Yeah, that's a pretty cardigan, isn't it? I'm so sad that Kim Hargreaves has retired this year. She's had a long and wonderful career. So I don't begrudge her that, but I am sad to not see a couple new collections each year from her. So let's see. All right. Well, Jal may not have that book handy. I sent out quite a few orders for this yarn already this week. So where can we get the patterns for Leaf Top and Tawny? Okay, those are Ravelry patterns, Donna, and they are just available. So do a search for Tawny. Let me go back to the Tawny. Leaf Top. So Melanie Reinert. Let me show you that. Okay, so that's the Leaf Top by Melanie Reinert. And Tawny is by Erica Knight, and they're both on Ravelry. Yep. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick look at our new yarn and the patterns that are designed for the yarn, as well as some additional patterns that I think are really special and will look beautiful in this yarn. Anytime I make a particular garment, I'm going to have a knit along for it. So look for a knit along for the that tank. I'll definitely be doing that. And I am really tempted by one of the little bralettes, so maybe we'll do that too. All right. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It was really fun being with you and sharing this with you. And I hope you have a wonderful week. See you next time.